Well, well, well. Hello, hello, hello. It's been so long that I haven't done that. Hello, hello, hello. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Christelle Martinette with a reading for the second half of December from the 16th to the 31st. Now, I'll be going slowly and I'll work with all of the signs. And as customary for the last few months, you'll be seeing the cards with another camera and I'll be going slow. There is a lag there. I'll try to work it out so we can see it well. And before we start, before we start, I'm going to first go over, come into the room, say hello to me. So this way I don't feel like I'm alone. So I'll I'm going to start with the celestial situation, what is going on. And we start with the December solstice. And why is it so important? It's the 27th of the 22nd. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. I'll take it slow and I'll say hello to everybody afterwards. Why is this so important? This is what is called the winter solstice in the Northern Hemisphere and the summer solstice in the Southern Hemisphere. And this is the night when the witches can manifest their best. This is the time you set your intentions and literally you ask for what you want. The rituals, pull out all the rituals, everything. And this is what it's all about. Come on, you witches out there. This is the time we can this is a playground time, if I could say it that way. Our powers come out in full play. We use it as a ritual moment. And again, be careful what you wish for. All right, so let's go to the second thing that I wanted to show you. If I can turn the page. All right, we have a meteor shower on Monday, the 23rd of December. And it's the Ursids. And the Ursids, they will be fairly generous, as I say. They'll be fairly generous. We will be seeing one shower every 2 hours, and that is a sight for sore eyes. In the European continent, it will be at its peak at 6 a.m. So you can see that around midnight. You'll be able to see that on the East Coast, probably earlier on the West Coast. And as we go along, this is the 23rd. Now we have a few things. Now we're in the period of Capricorn, and the 26th is the new moon. It's the new moon in Capricorn. And what does that mean for us? Capricorn is all about our security, our financial security, our emotional security. And the interesting part is that not only it's about our security, but it's also about new beginnings. Setting your intentions. This month of December is so very important. Setting your intentions. At the same time, though, this moon is an eclipse between the 25th and either the 25th or 26th, depending on where you live in the Earth, in the universe, in the globe, in our planet. You will it's called an annular moon. You can see that ring. It's like a ring. That's what will be visible to you. And Capricorn, since there are a lot of planets in this period, Capricorn will be setting the stage for 2020 next year. And try to read up as much as you can on this eclipse, this solar eclipse, and what it could mean for you. I would really need an entire 2 or 3 hours to go through it. But what I'm interested in more than anything else is to read for you. And so I'm going to start with Aries. And what I'm going to start with are these lovely cards. I think I have the box here. I've used this before. You've seen it. It's the Gilded Tarot of Klimt. It's the Gilded Klimt Tarot, the artist. It's world famous, and it is beautiful. It really is beautiful. The cards are very, very thick, and they're very hard to manage, but they are beautiful. And this gilded nature of the deck is really perfect for the festive season. Most of the people around the world celebrate this holiday season for one reason or another. And the new year for many populations is a moment that occurs in this time frame. So from the 16th to the 31st, let's take a look at what is going on for Aries. For Aries. Wow. Whoa. Let me show you the cards first. We have the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands. Then I have the Devil. This is the only major arcana here. So what I do, I'm going to take a card from under the deck, and I get the 7 of Wands. Now look, I have the focus card is the 4 of Coins, the 4 of Coins. Then I have the 2 of Wands. And last but not least is the 9 of Wands. Okay, Aries, I'm starting to think what is going on, and my palm is itching, which means some economic value was coming to me. Look, there is undoubtedly in the second half of December you arising from your ashes. This 4 of Coins attests to that. Now, and I'm not reading it as typically, this is still itching. I'm not reading it as typically readers read it, and you'll see it's different. This is you arising from your ashes. What is going on here with these wands? First of all, look at me, itching. There is, what stands out here is this, you have a bone of contention. You have met your match. You have met your match, and I'm not talking romance here. I am, but what is important in the month of December, because you may not be with that person, you may not be seeing that person, but what is important is that you have a sparring partner. This person that is in your life, they could be a fire sign, but I'm not seeing that is the most important factor here. What I'm seeing is that you have met your match. You have come to the point where finally this is a person I can discuss literature with. This is a person who, if coaxed well or if convinced, they will dance with me, or they will go, hiking with me. It seems to be you've got a package here. And what is interesting is, one, that you do not see them for some reason in this second period of December, but you do have the communication there. Now, also I have to say that the reading is framed by the 9 and the 10. The 10 typically, look at I'm still itching. I must be getting, it sounds like a lottery. I should go scratch some cards. The 10 talks about the end of a very difficult situation, and you have finally, met eye to eye. You can finally talk eye to eye. And it's as if you're saying, I know that you know that I know. I'll give you an example. This person here for years has been stalking you. And you went out of your way, you cared for them, and you really went out of your way to try to unmask this situation. But time has passed, and what has happened is that you've come to know them. That's the way they are. That's the way they try to get your attention. That's the way. And so you've grown fond of that person. Now, the situation will be heavy in the sense that when the season, the holiday season and the new year comes, when you really would like to be close to someone you love, that is the heaviness, because they won't be there in person. Now, this is an enigma, this interesting combination of the devil and the Seven of Wands, because here, it seems as if you still get the remnants of this person's crazy, the way they act to try to get your attention. It's so far-fetched, it's so far out, but they sort of play games, they sort of play games, and that they're trying to get your attention, and you try to keep your attention elsewhere, but they still are there on the back burner. I'm going to highlight a few of these cards with the Vera Sibilla and see what, and notably this devil, first of all. You should be cross-watching for other signs if you have it in your air sign. If your Aries is your moon, sun, rising, or any other prominent planet that you have, you could watch this. Look, I am getting a very odd combination, which still attests to what I'm looking at. This is Constance, and she's just sitting there saying, oh, it's them, they're doing it again, And Pietre Preziose, these gifts that are coming your way. They're trying, this is the way they show their love. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. This is the way they show their love. But literally, these are the delirious men. Deliranti. This drives you absolutely crazy. Let me take the runes to see what they can add to this, Aries. You've got some trickster. They're coming out as a trickster. This is reminding me of bingo, the season, the holiday. I remember when I was a little girl, we used to play these long, huge tables, and everybody played bingo, all ages, in Italian. And every number had a meaning, like 77 was the skinny woman's legs, Okay. All right, now. Okay. Look, they're so odd, and they're so very, very clear at the same time. Look, Wunjo is the rune of joy, and Wunjo is Merkstave, which means that there will be sadness, and of course we spoke of that with this Nine of Wands. However, the counterpart to that is 1. You have AWATS, and AWATS tells you this relationship, and any kind of a relationship that you have around this period, the 2 weeks, is safeguarded by the universe. No matter what you do, no matter even if you act stupidly in their regard, it doesn't bend, they don't get bent out of shape, and the relationship is salvaged. Of course, we have Hagal, Hagalas. Now, when this comes out, I always think, oh, Jesus. We have to go in depth. You'll be working actually on yourself in terms of your groundedness, Aries. And the runes are telling you, Hagal especially is telling you, that is something that you have to practice on a daily basis, Aries. You need to lie down on the ground and do whatever you do to get grounded. Hug a tree, anything that works for you. And here I have need, of course, and that too is attesting to the same thing, the same message. But then I have, absolutely, you are, how can I say, there's a special place for you, Aries. Why? There is manats here. And if you take a look, you can see that Wunyo, which is joy, there. And manats, there are two of them. It looks like two Wunyos face to face. And this talks of, it's the meaning is humanity, but it's not humanity in this sense. It means the feeling that we are one. Not only that, we are one, surely, but even though this person is out of your realm, you have the ability to balance out their energy, because whatever they do, it doesn't bother you, because you have this gift of being out there and receiving everything in your environment. Very interesting for you, Aries. Very, very interesting. I'm going to pull these up and move these cards, get them out of the way, take a drink, excuse me, and let's go to Taurus. Let's see what's in store for you, Taurus. Let's see what's in store for you, Taurus. It's going to be a long, live session. But hey, when these videos are long, I would prefer doing them. Excuse me, one of these cards fell on the ground, Taurus. Let's see what it is. The Four of Cups. The Four of Cups, Taurus. Very interesting. I'm going to put this at the top. Usually the Four of Cups for tarot readers, they just, what do people usually say? It's boredom, people are bored in a relationship. And I, tend to stay away from those general meanings, and I like to see what follows the card that was fell out. So let's take a look. Oh, some of these cards are absolutely beautiful. Two came out here, and I have to pull them out. Now look what the universe has given you. So we saw the Four, Taurus. We have the Two of Wands that also came out for that the Aries reading, but then we have this gorgeous Nine of Cups. Look at that belly. The Nine of Cups. Then we have, and I can't even say it's a focus card because many cards showed themselves in a prominent position. Then we have the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords. The Ace of Coins. Big players here, Taurus, for you. Big players. The Page of Wands. The Page of Wands. And the Nine of Coins. My God. The Nine of Coins. Look, you've got these beautiful cards of abundance, the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Coins. And it seems to be that, yes, this is a moment where things come to fruition. Things emerge that you perhaps have planted seeds in the past few months or in the past year, and they will be coming to fruition. The Knight of Swords attests to that, moving right into here, the Nine of Cups. What is interesting, and I'm going to take a look at that right away, is this Page of Wands, the Page of Wands. When the Ace of Coins comes out, I always say, look, that's it. You've got, that is a big yes for me. The Nine of Cups is a big yes for me. This is a beautiful card of spirituality. When I saw that Four of Cups fall out of the deck and I picked it up, I was very curious to see what was going to come up. So let's take a look first at that four. I turned all my cards upside down. Here we go. And there you go. I've got the Vecchia Signora, the old lady who speaks to change, to positive change, actually. Then we've got this Viaggio, the movement, and it just mirrors that Knight of Swords. Then we've got the Death card, Morte. Look, this page, this Four of Cups announces, as if it were in a trumpet, the Page of Cups announces there are 1, 2, 3, 4 things that will be coming your way. The runes will give us more information on that. Now, 4 it will be, and I'll look at that through the other cards. First of all, I'm looking at the Two of Wands. Now, for those of you who are in a partnership, this is the highest moment of the year for you. You may want to, if you are not already married, propose or be the object of desire and someone will propose, or in any case invite you to take the relationship to another level. Here too, dream big, Taurus, and I think I told you that. I told everyone dream big when we had the moon in Taurus the last reading I had. I think it was the last reading. But here you really, Taurus, need to dream big, because this is a moment you can just call all of the shots. I want to take some cards on this this Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands, this is interesting. We've got Mercante, the merchant. We've got La Stanza, the room that speaks to prominent communication coming. And then we've got Lies, Falsità. It looks like to me that something on the job, you're going to get a message. You may receive a communication on the job. Someone is going to give you feedback in terms of an idea that you had, a proposal that you made, and it's not going to go your way. But it is for the best, actually, and you will find out why. Now, we did say 4 areas here. You will be blessed in 4 areas. I'm going to take the Sibilla to understand what they are. Okay, now I'll show you these and we'll talk about this. This is a domestico, the house domestic. Then we have amore, love. Then we have fedeltà, fidelity, and donna di servizio, the housemaid. Now, look, we have it. If you can see, these two are mirroring each other, and they are both domestics, the housemaid and the domestic, and love and fidelity. Look, there is a property involved. There's a property, a home that you may be considering changing, selling, purchasing, renting, something new in that respect. And that will be around the second half of December. News of that will come your way. That's one. Another has to do with a long-term friendship that you have had for a very long time. A friend in need is going to visit, is going to contact you. You will catch wind of their developments, what they're doing. So we have the house, we have the friend. And in terms of a relationship, for those of you who are not partnered, this is the time you are going to cross paths with one of the most important people in your life. Not necessarily someone that you will be partnering with in emotional terms, but someone you will be partnering with for other reasons, for a plan, for a project, for some kind of partnership in crime that you both want to do. And then the fourth that I'm seeing here is the opportunity that is going to be given you. Remember, I said something on the job doesn't come your way, and it's and you at first you are worried about it. However, you do catch wind at the end of the year, the last week of December. You're afforded the possibility of taking on a new job, taking on other responsibility, taking on, say, a client that is will be a long-term client for you, and it will be of interest. So let me take the runes to see if there is anything they can add. Yeah, this is going to spill in, Yara. This is going to spill into the January month. All of these four elements that I said are coming your way. Lagos is Merkstave. Why? It has to do with that information that is coming your way about the job that is a negative answer, and you're worried about that. And Aiza tells me, Taurus, that you're interested in making a name for yourself. And this is not only a characteristic, like I could say, Taurus, this is you want. No, it's not that. It's particular in this month because you are facing a moment where you want a challenge. You do want a challenge. And you're getting, as they say in Italian, bread for your teeth, because you will be getting the challenge in terms of something that doesn't go your way, but something then is offered. But the stakes are very high, and could be something like studying. The reach is it's not very close in your reach, but you have to take a leap and a bound before you can get it. Then I have Anzus. Anzus talks of communication. Now, the communication here is in terms of interpersonal relations that you have that are at the basis of your workplace. You need to foster, work with those relationships on the job, especially once you get that negative answer. Don't let it affect you, as it will, however, and I'll tell you that now. I'm saying it now. It will affect you negatively because it's been long in coming, and you had high expectations, Taurus. I hope this was of help to you. Now, and of course, like, share my videos, and subscribe if this is the first time around. All right, let's go to Gemini. Gemini, ladies and gentlemen, Gemini. Let's see what's in store for you, Gemini, for the second half of the month of December. Gemini. Let's see and hear what's in store for Gemini. Gemini. These two want to come out. Let's see those. Then I'll 1, 2. Okay, now the two that have insisted on coming out are the King of Wands, Gemini, the King of Wands, and the Star. Now, the other cards are the Eight of Swords, the Knight of Coins, the Queen of Coins, the Three of Coins, the Three of Coins, and the Hanged Man. Look at that. All right, now we've got a couple of major arcana here too. In fact, indeed, we have two. We've got the Star and the Hanged Man, and coins everywhere. We do have, however, the wands here in the form of the King of Wands. Now, I'm saying that many of you, I'm going to venture to say, and I will say that many of you will be involved with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Did I get that right? Yeah, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You may be involved with the fire sign, and if it is a new entry, if it's a person who has just entered your life, you can be sure that it's going to go extremely well with that star right next to it. Now, there's also here Gemini. Many of you may be involved with a younger earth sign. Earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. And one thing that is sticking out here more than anything else are these two cards that frame the reading, the first and the last. The Eight of Swords and the Hanged Man. They're giving me a specific message because we know the Hanged Man tells us just stop, look, listen, and turn yourself literally on your head and see things from a different angle. You're forced to see things from a different angle. At the same time, though, the Eight of Swords tells you you are paralyzed, and you will be going to be able to move. You'll be going toward a situation of a changed perspective. Let's take a look at what this Eight of Swords and why the Eight of Swords is doing that, why it's there in the beginning. I get it, Gemini, I get it. Gee. All right, we have the meeting, riunione, and we have bambino, the child, and the bitch, the female enemy, the bitch. And look, it looks like to me that if it's a work situation, and it looks like it is a work situation, there is a female in the working environment who, as we say in Italian, puts a rod in the spokes of your wheel, hinders you. There's a woman on the job that is not looking at your best interests. And it's someone that is maybe new on the job, a newcomer, someone who you have befriended and maybe are taking a step back, and you're realizing that they don't merit your trust. And I tend to agree with the cards here. However, you have nothing to lose. Why? Because I'm seeing this Three of Coins is telling me, Gemini, that there is a strong foundation in terms of what you're doing. You may be self-employed. You may be a full-time employee under someone else. You may be a professional, or you may be someone who works, with a very precarious nature job. But what I'm looking at is that this is the stepping stone to something else, I want to look at that Hanged Man more so I can get an idea of why and what is it that we need. Oh God, this is so clear. These Vita Sibila, if you ever decide to read a deck of cards, the Vita Sibila are a joy. All right, so the bitch came out. Now we've got the male enemy, nemico, here. We've got casa, the house. It could be a work here. This is the workplace as well. And this is the donna di servizio, the housemaid. Look, I'm seeing that in your midst, let's put it this way. On the job, you have nothing to worry about because you're going in the right direction. The person you're involved with, if it is an earth sign, that has a positive development. What is precarious is your interpersonal interaction, interpersonal relations with people on the job. You need to be careful, both of a male and a female on the job, for different reasons, for different varying reasons. Gemini, let's take a look and see what the runes have to add. slowly, surely coming towards the other signs. Patience is a virtue, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Good. Look, we've got AWATS. AWATS is Merkstave, as you can see. And what does that tell us? It tells us that for those of you who have dealings with an earth sign, who have just met an earth sign, or are involved with an earth sign, it tells me that you don't have a clear vision. There's something that eludes you and you're a bit worried about it. Nothing to worry about. First of all, the rune of need is here. Need is here over the nameless, faceless rune called weird. And why is that together? Why is it there? It talks about you needing you have to develop interpersonal relations on your own terms. You have to, and this is how you're thinking. You want to make things go your way. It's a matter of control. You're looking for control. When the runes are telling you it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. And there's nothing you need to fear with this AWATS Merkstave. Diag tells you that it's your turn, Gemini. Karmically speaking, you're on the receiving end, so please just sit pretty and relax. I hope that was of help to you, Gemini, because looks like you're in the money. You know, this really does look like you're in the money. All right, now let's take a look at Cancer. Let's take a look at Cancer. Cancer. What's in store for Cancer for the second half of December? What's in store for Cancer the second half of December? What's in store for Cancer for the second half of December? What's in store for Cancer? Okay. Let's see. Cancer. Wow. Whoa. These are nice. These are very nice. Look at this. Cancer, we've got the Star, Justice. Then we've got the lovely Six of Wands as a focus card, no doubt. Then we have the Knight of Wands. I like to show these cards because they're so beautiful. Oop. And then the Five of Wands. Now, as I mix the Vera Sibilla, look, Cancer, this is a moment for you that is uncommonly fortuitous. Why do I say that? Well, with the Six of Wands, as a focus card, you're very sure of yourself. You're very self-confident. You have the feeling that and I did say this I actually remember saying it to you in the first part of December, because I said, and I could remember it was coming out of my mouth, that you know that you'll be surrounded by love in this period, and you already have a positive attitude now, and that self-confidence is just so strong that you're coming into the end of the year with such, strength. And there is this Justice card that I want to look at first, that's mirroring the Knight of Wands, and it may mean many different things to many different people. And the Justice card has, in fact, a couple of layers here. We've got Amica, friend, which is harmony. We've got the Mercante, the merchant, and we have again this bitch, this female enemy, the Namica, here, it looks like to me, we've got the amica and nemica, you know, the friend and foe here. And it looks like to me, for those of you, and I'm going to give you this message because it has to come out, it's for somebody. For those of you who are going through a divorce, for those of you who are going through legal proceedings, for those of you who are in any way involved with any kind of a legal case and are waiting for an outcome, who are waiting for the ruling, it looks like to me that you will not be the one who wins completely. It looks like to me there is a fair balance between who gets and who gives. And true to the word, the Justice card here is actually telling you that it goes the way it should, no more and no less. What I'm going to look at now is this Knight of Wands, the Knight of Wands that's mirroring that Justice card, Cancer. Okay, we've got Dottore, the doctor. We have Belvedere, looking out to the future, which is a positive future, and then Vedovo, the widower. Now, it looks like here that the ruling, the legal proceedings, anything to do with legalities here for many of you will involve inheritances. And it looks like there, I have to show you this. This card, Belvedere, looking out. The woman in the card has a monocle, and the monocle is turned backwards. And so you know that it's ambiguous. You know, you see something small instead of seeing something big. And I'm seeing here the same thing. It looks like that when it has to do with a form of inheritance, there you will be disappointed. There's going to be disappointment there. And that, towards the end of the year, is what will be the cause of your dismay. Now, however, yeah, okay, it's true. We've got Death Morte. We have the Vecchia Signora, old lady who speaks to positive change. And then this gorgeous Superbia Vanity, but it is a, in this position here, this is a win-win-win card. And it looks like, first of all, we have to say that the Six of Wands is the focus, and that is success. You have, for those of you who are able to settle out of court, everything works in your favor. And for those of you who will be on the receiving end with something short, you get the short end of the stick, you will be able in the future to negotiate with the parties and get what you want ultimately. I'm going to take the runes on this. A lot of legal issues and family more than anything else. But the stars there and the season cannot, the season is not tainted by these rulings, by any kind of legal issues that you have. Because that Six of Wands is very clear. Well, we've got this nameless, faceless rune right here on its head. Weird. And Thurisats, Merkstave, and it is, look, for those of you who have to face legal proceedings, they're telling you that go in, use your gut, and listen to your gut, your intuition, more than anything else, because that is what's going to guide you through it. Lagos tells me it is smooth sailing, regardless. It will not hinder your mood. It would not change your mood. Anzus here is Merkstave, telling you, ladies and gentlemen, Cancer friends, do not keep your cards close to your vest. Do not talk about your business much. I do have Wunyo Merkstave, and it tells me that your first instinct is to spill the beans, is to tell everyone how happy you are, and is to be exuberant. Keep that under wraps. Well, I hope that was of help to you, ladies and gentlemen, Cancer friends. And let's go on with the show and move now to Leo. Leo. Let's see. What's in store for Leo for the month of December, the second half of December. Leo. Spirit, tell me what's in store for Leo for the second half of December. Okay, let's see. Whoa. She says, whoa. All right, Leo, hold on. Ready? We've got the Chariot as an entry card. Then we've got the King of Coins. The Lovers. The High Priest, the Hierophant there. And the Ace of Wands. You know, I could just close this up and say, Leo, man, you have, this is the best reading I think so far. I don't want to say that because then when we clarify, we never know. But look, this focus card on the Lovers is the focus card, does imply a decision to be made. And there is the double reading here. It does talk about success in the decision-making process with this Ace of Wands, the Chariot, and the Lovers card, 135. There is here, however, a sort of a dual nature with these two cards that mirror each other. One is of earthly value and earthly wishes, riches, and the other of a spiritual value. And it looks like to me that many of you, Leo, will be caught between, how can I say, the devil and the deep blue sea. What do I mean by that? I mean by that the decision that you're involved with. I'll give you an example. You and a companion have been deciding for ages to take a trip, and you wanted to go to the southern hemisphere. You're going down to Argentina, let's say, where it's warm in January, February. And what happens? There's something that occurs that is taking place, however, in the northern hemisphere where you live. There's an extremely important or world-renowned meeting of spiritual leaders, and you've been following them for a long time. So you have this dual nature, this earthly pleasure and the spiritual pleasure, the spiritual pull to dynamism and the gravitating towards that spiritual happening, occurrence, event. And the decision there involves these two, earthly pleasure and spiritual calling. It is a calling. Now, the Chariot does imply, it's the incoming card, the Chariot does imply, Leo, that you will be going somewhere or planning to go somewhere. And the mirroring the Ace of Wands, it tells you definitely it is an action. There is a move, there's actual movement, Leo. And the plans will be are going to be made in this frame of time. I'm going to take this my light, hold on, ladies and gentlemen, my light just burned out. Wonder what happened. Let's see. Oh, okay. That's live. What happens to you live? It just went out. Okay. So I want to take cards on this, the Lovers. Okay, so happy that you're keeping me company, ladies and gentlemen. I really appreciate it, so I don't talk to myself. All right, I have the Widower. I have the Artist. This is also a thinker. This is also a professional. And Gelosia, the jealousy. Look, it is the same. The same idea is presenting itself, one of spiritual value and one of, you're pondering whether or not to go one way or another. If this plays out in terms of a relationship, this, for those of you who have the decision-making process in terms of a relationship here, there's another party involved. And I'm going to pull another from under the deck card for that. And I've got the Page of Coins, the Page of Coins. And the Page of Coins is a card that tells you, look, you're going to be receiving the message soon in terms of what you have to do. Let me be a little bit more precise in this. Yeah. Look, I've got the Sighing, Sospiri. I have the Amante, the Lover. And then the Vecchia Signora, the Old Lady. Now, if this has to do with a romantic situation, it will work out. Okay, it will work out. These tell you that it will work out. It is going to work out, so don't worry. Leo, let me take the runes and see what's going on here. Okay. Let's see. Now. Okay. Actually, all right, we've got we said the Chariot, we've got Rido, right, Stave? You are going someplace. You are moving, you are going, you're traveling, you are planning a move from one place to the next, even if it's just a trip. There are two runes that are a bitch of a rune. They're really bitches, they're like the bitch, but this is Need and Thurisats. Why are they there? They're there to tell you that you are between the devil and the deep blue sea. You are face to face with an important decision that you cannot elude. You have to go, and you have to go right through that. It's almost like a rite of passage. We do very nicely have keynotes here, open, telling me that look, Leo, you have an aerial view. You have the vision of seeing both the forest and seeing the sea. You have the bigger picture, and you're able to use your intuition, as the cards have already suggested to you. I do have Awats here. Awats is Merkstave, and Awats here tells me that the onus is going to be on you, because you can pray, you can ask for your guides, you can do all of that, and we have those occasions now with this 22nd of December with the solstice, as I mentioned before. But the guides can tell you just so far. Christelle Martinette can just tell you so much. Ultimately, the decision is going to be yours. You don't have a net, you're going to have to risk. There is a risk involved. I have Diag here, which talks about a karmic return of a period. This decision had also presented itself in the past, and it was a building block. It's this is Ingvats. It's as if this is just the first step in something that's going to be much more important for you. Spend time thinking about that decision, Leo, because it is going to, what you do and what you decide is going to, how can I put it, is going to pave the way for what's going to happen after that in the future. Like major decisions do, actually, you know. All right, Leo, I hope that was of help to you. Like and share the video if you think it's of help to you. Let's go to Virgo. Virgo, here we are. Virgo, Earth friends. My Earth friends, Virgo. What's in store for Virgo for the second half of December? What's in store for Virgo in the second half of December? What's in store for Virgo in the second half of December? Let's see if I can play with these cards this way. What's in store for you for the second half of December, Virgo? Virgo, what's in store for you? Okay. Wow. The imagery is just lovely here. Okay, we've got the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords. We've got the Two of Cups. The Knight of Coins. The Page of Cups. And the Eight of Cups. You are busy. You really are busy, Virgo. And I remember what I was saying for you for the first half of December. You have on your mind something to do with your work, your activity, your livelihood, and you want to manipulate it. You want to manage it. You want to manage it, and you want to make things work the way you want them to work. Not only, so much so that you spend so much time, almost every hour of your waking day, putting pen to paper and managing the day, every single hour of the day. Your activity, I don't see it even as a passionate element. I don't see it something of passion here that I'm looking at. I see it more of the importance of making things work the way you want. I can't even say, Virgo, that this is about controlling. It's not controlling. This is something that you do and something that you do well. And the more you spend time putting pen to paper and working things out for your labor of love, you know, this activity, this passion of yours, your hobby, your activity, your work, the more you do that, the more satisfaction you get. And it's not about the money. It really is not about the money, Virgo. Although you do get a lot of satisfaction and things do manifest in economic terms as well. But I see here a sort of you involved with this Two of Cups, of course, involved with another person, and it may be a fellow earth sign for many of you, or a water sign as well, or either or. But here I see more of a decision-making process in terms of your work. And the partnership that I'm looking at, it could be a romantic partnership, but I'm looking here more as a person who is involved with you in a business project, your partner, your business partner, and I'm seeing that they are going to tell you very clearly, Virgo, very, very clearly, how much they appreciate your work, how much they you know, sometimes the messages are so clear you don't even need to highlight them, but I will with that Eight of Cups. They will always, they're not going to, be forthcoming with accolades to cool, not doing it just to get on your good side. They really want you to know that if they're a partner in crime with you, if they are your partner in business, if they are your partner, period, it is because you merit them. And your work is very, very instrumental in making things go forward. There's a proviso here. And I feel that the proviso is being put forth by this Eight of Cups, Virgo. Let's see. There it goes. And I'll see why. What is it? What is it? What is it? All right, look. There is a proviso. And I'm going to show you the cards, and then there are a couple of levels here. We have L'Amante, the female lover. Could be a male. We've got Leggerezza, the lightness of being. And we've got here Omaggio di Preziosi, the gifts. And Nemico, the enemy. Look, it plays out on two levels. One, those of you who are in a relationship with the water sign or the fellow earth sign here, there's a three-party situation. There's something that needs to be managed. Again, I see you thinking about it, Virgo, in terms of managing it. You want to manage it because there's nothing so great, no fear so great, no problem so great that you can't manage it. And the same, you look at it the same in terms of a relationship. There's a third-party situation that you're not giving that much attention to because you can handle it. You'll be able to handle it. And it's not going to affect your work at all. And that's the key. You don't want it to affect your work at all. So this is the proviso. Let's look at the runes to see what they have to add, Virgo. La la la. Ooh, la. Ooh, yeah, we like to see this. All this, look, we have Lagos Lagos. Lagos Lagos is bright stave. It tells you, look, things are going to go smoothly. You keep managing those things that you have to manage. Ajit Smirk Stave. Ajit Smirk Stave is telling you, okay, as is Bjork Berkana Merkstave. Okay, this is not the beginning of something new. This is something that you've been working on. This is something that's been going on for a while here. And something that everybody knows in your, circle, in your circle of friends, your circle of enemies, and your circle of work buddies, they know that you are the go-to person in terms of how management is taken care of. How you can, they go to you because they need, how can I do this? They'll say. And they know that you're the go-to person for that. Look, there are these two runes, and they're both journeying runes, Rido and Awats, and they tell me, and they're right over this page of coins here. It looks like they're literally telling me, Virgo, you're going to go places. Through this way of managing. You're going to go places, and you'll be extremely happy about that because we have Sohilo here, the sun, which smacks of success. And so you keep micromanaging and you'll get there and you'll be very surprised, but not so much surprised as finally, because it's been long in coming, Virgo. I hope this was of help to you. Let me go now to Libra. Let's see what's in store for Libra. Let's see what's in store for Libra. Let's see what's in store for Libra. Libra, what is in store for you the second half of December? Spirit, tell me what's in store for Libra for the second half of September. What's in store for Libra for the second half of September. Okay. Holy shit. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. I have to tell you, all right? Sit down. Libra, we've got the Sun, Major Arcana. We've got the Judgment card, Major Arcana. We've got the Death card, Major Arcana. We've got the Temperance card, Major Arcana. And we've got the Knight of Wands as the outgoing card, the Knight of Wands. Now, look, as is customary, I take from the bottom of the deck another card for the Death card. And what do I get? The Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups. This is a damning new beginning for you. A happily ever after sort of new beginning for you. And I want to take another clarification card for tarot card for this Judgment card, and it's the Seven of Coins. You know, it's taking my breath away to look at something like this, Libra. Undoubtedly, what we have to say when we have a spread of this kind is that the period is extremely important for you, and it is important for you on many different levels. One, because it affords you a concentration of extremely powerful energy around the solstice, especially. And the fact that Temperance is telling us that it's a wave that's going to be moving forward in the months to come. In the months to come, up until the spring, up until we find the Aries period, March 21st. Now, those of you, you may have been coming out of an extremely difficult period, Libra. And something has occurred that challenged and rocked your world. There's no doubt about it. What we have with this period is you coming up face to face to a life challenge that there are no decisions to be made, because the decisions were made far in the past. You have made decisions that have brought you here. But the nature of the speed and the energy and the importance of what occurs seems as if it just falls on us from the sky. Now, remember, the key word here is temperance. This hits you, but it is temperance that assures this forward-moving development until the Aries period. Now, let me take a look at this Judgment card and the Seven of Coins. Let's take a look. This is a solemn moment. I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to ruin it. Okay. Only water, ladies and gentlemen. Only water. Let's see. Okay. The silence is wonderful. I'm going to pull 5 cards. Okay. Look. This is the way they came out, and this is the way I'll show you. Happiness in the heart, allegrezza al cuore. Mercante, the merchant. Bambino, the child. We're talking about a new beginning here. despair, dispiacere, despair, sadness, and sacerdote, the priest. There has been and I need to move my hands when I do this so I understand what I'm reading here. There has been an extremely difficult situation concerning your finance, your work, your activity, that you thought, that made you think that your world had, it had just fallen. The sky had fallen on you. This, when they say a door closes, but a portal opens, this is happening to you in this time frame, Libra. Because I see here the beginning of an extremely different, new, long-awaited occurrence. Now, where will it play out? In what domain? Let's take a look at the runes to see if they can highlight anything and they can tell us. We saw it on the workplace. Let's see. I'm going to pull another tarot card from under the deck. Okay, look. I've got the Two of Coins. And why I did that is because I have Björkberkana Merkstave, which doesn't, it is as if it were death, all over the death card, and need. And it's telling you, Libra, 4 times it's repeated, let it go, you have to start anew. Close that door, you open a portal. AWATS tells you are protected. You have a certain amount of protection from the universe. You cannot go wrong. There is void. Let's go this way. Gifu, which are gifts that come your way. Not in Vats, I can't remember, but anyway, this is the key of Otala. This is Otala. This is the key to your future. This is the key to success in your future, by letting something go and opening something new. And there is risk, there is fear, but with these cards are telling you, you have to do that. You have to do this. It reminds me yesterday when I was we had the Mystic Talks, and there was Tanya Love Buddha. She was telling us how she left the UK and moved to Ibiza. This is that kind of a decision, leaving everything behind. I hope that was of help, Libra. And like and share the videos and subscribe if you find that this is something that you are interested in, the way I read. Scorpio, let's see what's in store for you, Scorpio. Now, let's see. Let's see. Okay, now I've seen everything. I think everything's under control. I hope the video you can hear me and that you can see me and that it's going up after we finish everything. All right, Scorpio. Spirit, tell me what's in store for Scorpio. What's in store for Scorpio for these last 2 weeks of the year? It is the last 2 weeks of the year. Ooh. Wow. Okay, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. All right, we've got first card, incoming card is the 9 of Cups. Then we have the Fool card. The Fool card. Then we've got the 10 of Coins. I mean, you should go out and play poker. Then we have the King of Coins. There's a lot of stability here and good. Okay, then we've got the Chariot. I take it back. I think I said it to Leo. That was the best reading. Look, Scorpio, you are on a roll. You are definitely on a roll. You're an all-time high. And you are in love. You are in love and you are going straight toward that route. Your acceptance. This is a period of acceptance. You're accepting who you are, how you go around things. You're accepting your little quirks. You're accepting your flaws. You're accepting your body. You're accepting the way you speak, eat, the way you talk to other people. You have no regrets in this period. Now, you are afforded a new moment with this Fool. You can take the cards up on that with this Nine of Cups, Scorpio. I don't want to say it's now or never, but this, with cards like this, Scorpio, you are riding a very powerful wave. A very powerful wave. Whatever you have in here, whatever you feel in here, go for it. Trust your gut and go for it. This Ten of Coins is especially powerful as a spiritual message, Scorpio. It's telling me that, let's say that before the journey of the Fool, before the journey of the Fool, which will be your next journey, the cards didn't look like that for you. You've had a bitch of a time. Let's say it, okay? Scorpio, you've had a very tough time for the past months. We know that, all right? Let's say it. I'm going to say it loud and clear. I hear you, Scorpio. Now we are more secure. We're in like Flint, Scorpio. I don't know how to say it. You are riding a very powerful wave. Your economic situation, your love situation. You're traveling. You are even giving thanks where you hadn't been of late. You're accepting your quirks. That's the best way I could say it. Your acceptance of all of the things, negative and positive, that you've done that have brought you here because you are here. And now you see, with this progression, you finally are able to see, that's why all of these things have happened to me, so I can walk right where I want to walk. It's a lovely spread, Scorpio. This is a lovely, lovely, lovely spread. I'm going to the King of Coins. I've got here Messaggero, the messenger. Amica, friend who speaks to harmony here, and love. As I said, this is it. Ooh, I'm getting the chills. I'm getting the chills. Look, how can I say, you deserve it, you really deserve it. You deserve it. You have been out in the cold for a long time, and you're coming in from the cold, Scorpio. I don't know how to say it with any other words. This is a moment of love. From now on, Scorpio, you will be walking in love. It's a big message, it's a big message, a very big message. You are incredulous, It's almost as if you can't believe it. You can't believe it. You're thinking to yourself, it can't be that all of a sudden it's going well. But you're accepting it. You're taking one step. You're taking another step. You're taking another step. And every step of the way you think, by golly, I'm starting to leave that negativity behind. I'm leaving that negativity behind. Now, of course, it's going to take time. Yara attests to that. Yara beats time. And never sell yourself out. This is Isa. Isa tells you, you got this far, being who you are. Keep it up, no matter what, Scorpio. Rido is Merkstave, as is Wunyo, and these both tell me that the only glitch in your moment here is that you can't move as fast forward as you would like. And of course, we saw Yera is beating time. So it takes time. It's going to take time. But 30 Sats Merkstave is right over that 10 of coins, and it's telling me not only are you to be accepting of what is happening, there is a daily need for you to give thanks that you are in the know of why things have happened that have brought you to this point, Scorpio. Oh my God, I've got a headache. I got a headache with that message. Jesus. All right, let's wash everything out. Let me. Very, very powerful. Very powerful. Let's change scenes and go to Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Every sign has a different energy, and I'm feeling that very distinctly now. Every time you change and the cards change, it's so different from one. And this is what I like about reading cards. It's eye-opening, eye-opening, really. And you learn a lot about, you learn a lot about yourself. You learn a lot about human nature. You learn a lot about people. You learn a lot of relations, why one thing happens and another doesn't, and why could that be. This is what's interesting. And there are, of course, there are a lot of dark spots. We are only human. We can't see, everything. But those are to be accepted as well. Let's see, Sagittarius, what's in store for you for the next 2 weeks. Starting tomorrow, actually. Today's the 15th, yeah. For the second half. There's one just wants to come out. One more. Let's see. Sagittarius. Now. Okay. Okay, look, very interesting. Very interesting, Sagittarius. You have, in this period, you have a a lot of movement at your, in your belly. It is, you feel energy here. And you experience it here. I'm looking at the Page of Coins. Page of Coins is what wanted to come out. Then I have the 10 of Wands. And then the Moon card. The Moon card. The Ace of Cups. The 4 of Coins. And the Hermit. Look. Sagittarius, it is with, I wanted to say it's with a heavy heart. That's not what I want to say, but it is heavy in the sense that you, in these 2 week period, even if there are the holidays and you are, the life of the party, you're outgoing and you're everyone's friend and you're smiling and you're sunny. And even if that happens, you keep a space for yourself that's here, where you play out all of those scenarios where, for example, I'll give you an example. You think, well, if I were to do this, and if I were working in that company, and I were to do this and this and this and this, what would become of me? What would I be? And what I'm looking at, Sagittarius, is that you're in the midst of a great change. And this period, the 2 weeks here, is a period that you're going to look at what you've done so far and try to weigh the odds between what you've done well, what you've not done very well, the mistakes you have made, mistakes that you don't want to repeat, and put on the scale all of that other good stuff, all of the positive successes that you've had. It is a moment where you want to come out by year's end and spilling into January renewed. You're going to come of your ashes, out of your ashes. There is a newborn Sagittarius here, but it comes about when you're able to take the time and assess all of these developments. Your life in review. We can say that it is, after all, year's end, and you will take your life in review. Okay, we can say that. But it's not exactly your life in review. It's your ego in review. That's what it is. It's your ego in review. And what is it about my ego that I don't want to leave die? It's as if many of you, years ago, it used to be in the curriculum, The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger, The Catcher in the Rye. And Holden was the character who always wanted to be protective of youth and his own youth. He didn't want to grow up, really. He had trouble understanding the adolescent. He had trouble understanding what it was, leaving our innocence behind. And this is what I'm looking at, Sagittarius. You're not keen on every period of your life seems to be a period where you need to leave a piece of innocence behind, and that causes you pain. And this is a period of that. But in order, you understand full well, because you're very intelligent, that life is change and you are to embrace change, but you die a little inside every time you do it. And this change is smack right here in the cards. We've got this Four of Coins. We've got this Luna, the moon card, which are waxing and waning of the moon. Look, this is the eclipse. The eclipse is going to be so powerful for you, Sagittarius, that hold on to the closest person that you have. And the Ace of Cups is a focus card. And those of you who are in a relationship and have the lucky to have a wonderful, beautiful relationship, those persons are the persons who are going to be your rock, because you're going to be unwavering a little bit. You are usually their rock, but here it looks like you're going to need their foundation. Lean on them. I'm going to take a look at this Page of Coins. Yeah, okay, look, we've got Nemica, the female enemy. We've got happiness in the heart, allegrezza al cuore. And then we've got deliranti, the delirious people. It looks like to me, and I think I've said this in the last 2 weeks and probably the months previous to that, it looks like to me, Sagittarius, that you had been made an offer and you did not want to take it because you were happy with what you were doing and you're happy with the unit that you're working with, the group of people that you coalesce with. But the offer is it's like an offer you cannot refuse, and there's sadness and happiness. It's Holden Caulfield for J.D. Salinger's book Catcher in the Rye, who knows that we really have to keep going forward. You don't want to jump over the cliff, but you cannot be there and be immobile, Sagittarius. And it's not a painful period, but it is a retching. It pains you in your gut to have to go through it, and it's not the first time, because this is a rite of passage that regularly you go through, and it's it's the only thing that brings a tear to your eye or a bit of melancholy. That's what I'm looking at. It's melancholy. But you've got the world at your feet, Sagittarius. You've got the world at your feet. You just don't want to relinquish something that has, is over or needs to be changed. Let me take the runes there. And embracing change is difficult. It is difficult for anyone. But here for you, it seems to be more difficult than in previous moments. Yeah, and change, the notion of change is going to follow you for the months coming up. Look, I'm seeing Sagittarius. It looks like for the spring, you know, it looks like the spring there's going to be changes. You've decided that you're pushing it forward so you don't have to do it now. I've got Lagos, and that is smooth sailing. So the changes will be fine, but it is something you have to do. 30 Sets tells me, Otala Merkstave tells us that, yes, this is a rite of passage. You have to go through this. If you want, there is the element of choice. Don't do it if it's not. You know, so the runes are telling you, why put yourself through this if it brings on that feeling to you. Peanuts tells you, look, Sagittarius, the only way that you're the only person who can decide, of course, but consider all elements. And you do have a big picture, and you are going for it. But that sense of melancholy that follows you during these 2 weeks is something that systematically comes up for you when there are these big changes that come about. And so let's take things with a grain of salt, as they say, so you can enjoy the period, because you have pushed forward any big major changes to the spring. Let's go down to, I'm saying down because my list is going one after another. Capricorn, you are going to be rocked during this period, Capricorn. You are going to be moved left and right. This solar eclipse, new moon in Capricorn, the annular moon. Capricorn. I always get the feeling that in my in the chat, and the people who are watching me live are all Pisces because they're waiting for the end, you know. The Pisces are a very big following of most of psychics that are online. They are people who, this is statistically, I see that because we have statistics in YouTube, and it is the sign of Pisces, or the videos that involve Pisces, that are most watched usually. So let's see what's in store for Capricorn. Let's see how this new moon is going to influence you, Capricorn. Wow. Okay. She said, wow. Okay, we have the Judgment card. First card in is the Judgment card. Then the Five of Coins. We've got the Lovers again. Remember this famous painting by Gustav Klimt? The Lovers. And then the Three of Swords. And the Emperor. You know, look, I'll say it, and don't shoot me, I'm just the piano player. It looks like to me you have met someone, okay? Let's say that you've met someone new, or you have a steady relationship, but you did come across someone new. They were a disappointment. This other person that you met was a disappointment. They do not in any way attract you. However, what they do, and this is very strong, is remind you of someone who's not with you now. They remind you of someone who meant something very strong for you in the past, who you do every now and then communicate with. They had the possibility of being a very powerful player in your life. You didn't give them the chance. You had the chance, right? I want you to look at what I'm looking at. This is why I like the camera. I have 5 cards here. 1, 3, and 5 are major arcana, and they have a relationship. And the 2 and 4 also have a relationship. And one is the 5 of coins and one is the 3 of swords. So, it looks like to me that you have a person in your life who you keep thinking about and keep thinking about and keep thinking about. But you have said no. You have said no. You don't want them in your life for some reason. Or you try to convince yourself. It's a funny thing the way I'm looking at it. You try to convince yourself that they are not important for you and you're just keeping them at bay and you want to meet someone new. Of course, not everyone is single out there. But our mind, and I'm going to address this once and for all. Of course, there are people out there who are married, happily married, not happily married, who have been divorced. But we do not come in pairs when we are born. We are born alone. And even if we live in a home with someone else, we do walk on our own 2 feet. And our mind thinks of things that only we know. So when I talk about what I'm looking at, I'm talking to your soul. I'm not talking to your lifestyle. I'm not talking to the car and the garage and the dog. No, I'm talking about your inner sanctum and what you believe, what you want, what you don't want, and what you dream of. I have to say, Capricorn, and like I said, don't shoot me, I'm only the piano player, Capricorn. You're at a moment in your life where you need to make a decision concerning a partner. That's very clear. And the cards are telling you time is up. Look, time is up. It's now. Now you have to do it. It's going to be painful, but you have to do it now. I'm going to take a look first at this Judgment card. All right, we get it. We get it. Dispiacere, sadness, tears, female enemy, the enemy, and camera, which is stanza, which is communication. Look, the underlying fear that you have is all born of your insecurities in terms of what you really desire. You don't want to go there because you're afraid that it won't be the way you like. It won't be what you're looking for. It won't be what you expect. And, life tells us, and the cards are telling us, Capricorn, you don't control love. You don't control love. You don't control people. You don't even control yourself. And it's always a matter of risk. I'm looking at the 5 now. Oh, look. We've got lettera, the letter. We've got the housemaiden here, donna di servizio, and we have viaggio, the movement. And, if my name were in Christelle Martinette, I would say you are planning in the back of your mind, you want to do all that you can to see this person who is on that back burner, but you're not making plans because you're afraid of getting hurt, it looks like to me. Let me take cards on this 3 of Swords. This is the child, bambino, house, casa, and pensiero, thought. You really do. You're afraid of beginning again, doing it again. I don't want to go there. I just don't want to go. You have this, and in this you are hard-headed. There is this emperor, and many of you may be involved with an Aries, but it looks like to me that, you should be involved with an Aries because that's riunione, meeting. We have the consolante sorpresa, the consoling surprise, and hope, speranza. As I said, many of you may have met someone, but they're just not what you want. What you really want, you have decided you can't get or you don't want to get. And that is going to condition your days until the end of the year. Until you decide, and this is your birthday period, Capricorn, until you decide that it's coming up anyway, the 20th, until you decide you're good and ready. Okay. Okay, and that's what it says all about. Weird, nameless, faceless room. Until you're good and ready, you're going to do it your way. Your way. We've got 30 Sats Merkstave. 30 Sats Merkstave is talking about, I'll tell you what it's talking about, Yaras beating time. 30 Sats Merkstave is telling you, you don't want to waste any more time. Algis is Merkstave, and that tells me that you need to risk. There's an element of risk that you have to take. And if you risk, they're saying, Tyr is here to tell you, when and if you risk, Capricorn, that's when you are successful in relation to a person that you have put on the back burner. Gee. All right, Capricorn, I hope this was of help to you. Like and share my videos if you enjoy them, and subscribe if this is your first rodeo here. This is the first time you've ever been to my channel. Let's go to Aquarius. All right, let's see. Aquarius. What's in store for you for the month of December, the second half of the month of September? What's in store for you for the second half of December? What's in store for you for the second half of December? What's in store for you for the second half of December? I'll put this timestamp, or somebody put the timestamp later, but it's going to take a while for YouTube to process. Let's see, Aquarius. You know, this is interesting. I've got the Three of Swords and the Lover's card. The Nine of Wands, the Emperor, and the Judgment. Look, there are three major arcana here, Aquarius. I have to say that this period, the second half of December, is the how can I say, is the product, is the result, the consequence of something, of a decision you made, say this September, October, you know, more like August, July, August, September. And the consequence in terms of a decision that was made, and now you're taking stock of what was done, and you're not happy with that decision. I have to say, you're not happy with that decision. More than anything else, you had, your heart was in making a move, changing jobs, going to a new country, living in another environment. You were all, and this was happening probably mid-year, or right before, let's say May, June, and you went through those changes, but you're not liking what you're seeing now. And this is putting you up ahead a new series of decisions that you have to make. Let me take a look at this. Yeah, okay. Costanza, Constance, Deliranti, the delirious people, and Gran Consolazione, the great consolation. There is a great consolation. You do have your profession, your job, your activity. That side of you and that side of your life is very strong, is very powerful, and you tend, Aquarius, especially in these months, to identify strongly with that, because you seem to hide behind that in many respects, because even, you know, to the detriment of interacting with people that you care about, and it looks like you're throwing yourself in, you know, to the mercy of your work, and that is what you're identifying with. Now, there's a reason for that. And the reason is that things didn't pan out as you would have liked them to. You had higher expectations for yourself in terms of interpersonal relations. Looking at this Nine of Wands, and I've got here allegrezza al cuore, happiness in the heart, speranza, the hope, and consolante sorpresa, consoling surprise. It looks like to me that, like I just said, you know, you had higher hopes. You thought that making this move, changing a series of things in your life, would have brought you to a situation of greater stability, greater emotional stability. And what has happened instead, it's put you in turmoil. And you're not admitting it. No one will see it on your face. You don't even admit it to yourself, it looks like to me. And I know people don't like to hear that, but I'm, you know, telling you what I'm looking at. And what I'm looking at here, this Justice card, riunione, the reunion meeting. We have Dottore, the doctor, and Belvedere, future, a bright future, which is compromised actually. It's as if you came eye to eye, face to face with a person that with a very significant person. Let's put it this way. I won't talk about love. I won't talk about soulmates, none of that. A very significant person. And you expected more. You know, when you say, I work 150%, I expect people at least to work 100%. But you cannot expect such things. Everyone can make mistakes in their own right. Everybody has the right to be who they are, when they are, you know, so it's very difficult to have expectations. In this, however, you have put so much energy in a certain particular person or persons that your lack, you know, they were not met, and this is causing you difficulty. But I do see here that you have in the meantime been involved with other people, and that just added it just made things worse. Okay, this is what it looks like to me. I'm going to take a look at this Emperor. Yeah, okay, look. We've got the domestico, the house domestic, we've got the enemy, and we have fidelity. And it looks like to me that the person that you're interested in is not free. That's fairly clear. And it doesn't look like they will be free for a while. Let's take the runes to see how that would work. And you're starting to think that they will never be free for you. It's a very tough time for you. I will not mince words here, Aquarius. But you are, with Isa here, you are very hell-bent on doing your job, identifying with your job. The world needs to identify you through your job. You will even be traveling, many of you. You're ready to get on the move. You're ready to change your life again. And however, Lagos is telling you, in Smirk State, is telling you that this is going to be a hell of a ride. It's going to be a 2-week period that is going to give you a run for your money. Difficult, very, very difficult. You're going to have to go through the ringer. You're going to have to feel that negativity. Because healing is needed. Healing is needed. And we ask ourselves, and I know I can hear you asking yourself, well, what does that mean? You know, what does this meaning healing is necessary? Just like a wound opens up, you know, it looks like a wound is opening up and it needs to heal again, right? And very simply, I do have here AWATS, Aquarius, and AWATS is there to tell you that you're protected in any decision that you take. For any decision that you take in this period, you are protected. I also see Ingvats, and Ingvats tells me that this all of these occurrences, this occurrence, the difficulty that you're experiencing now is only one building block. It's something, it's like a springboard that will bring you to something far greater. You have to go through this period in order for you to get to another level. Wunyo is there. That is the joy, and it's leading you to that joy and to another person, actually. I know it's hard to believe, Aquarius, but it's, they're telling you trust. You need to trust more. You need to trust the universe more. I do hope this was of help to you, Aquarius. Always difficult sometimes to give messages like these. Like and share the videos if you appreciate them, and subscribe if you're here for the first time. Let's go to Pisces. Pisces. Now let's see. There's people in, all of you must be Pisces. To all my Pisces friends out there. Let's see, must have some kind of Pisces energy in your chart somewhere. Moon, sun, rising somewhere. Or a cross-watching for people that you know. Let's see what's in store for Pisces. What's in store for Pisces? Okay. Wow, it was worth the wait. Let me drink something before I start. All right, we've got the Tower. In first position, the Tower. Then we have the Star. The Star. Then we have the Ten of Cups, the Eight of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. Losing my voice right at the end. And then the Strength card. Look, Pisces, 1, 2, 3 major arcana with that Ten of Cups and the Eight of Wands. Can I shout it? Can I say it? Can I scream it? Love is found. What you have in your life now is, we can say it, that yes, your situation was rocked. You may be married, you've been married for 20 years, 15 years, 10 years, or you just got married, but it's not working. And you've decided it is over. Not an easy decision at all. That is necessary in order for you to start living your life the way you want. Doing what you want. Making the choices, not being conditioned by traditions, by other people's needs for you, and not your needs for yourself. It looks like, Pisces, you had in the past, it could have been as early as last week or 10 years ago, but it looks like you had made a major decision. Contrary to any of the people you know, you just up and left. Okay, let's say you up and left your job and you didn't have any money in the bank and you risked everything you had. Okay. What's coming up, if it's playing out in the work department, Pisces, is a lot of success. I'm seeing this in love. I'm seeing this in the emotional sphere. I'm seeing it in relationships. I'm seeing here that you have come out of a complete change in a relationship. And like I said, it could be from last week or 10 years ago. And now is where you are starting to reap the benefit of that decision made. It seems to me, Pisces, and I'm having fun with this because it looks like to me, they're very, very clear. You have trusted the universe for many, 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 many years. contrary to what anybody ever told you. Look, you've got to change. You've got to leave that person. Don't you see they're not in your life? Why are you sticking with them? Why? And you just said, let everyone talk. You let everyone talk. You let everyone talk. And now things are emerging the way you never even expected them to emerge. You're going to be loved. It is all around you. Even if that person is not in front of you, you are blessed with it's as if karmically you're giving love, universe. I can't even talk. I guess I've been talking too long. It looks as if karmically you're being rewarded for all, and I'm not talking last year. I'm seeing years and years and years and years of a decision made so long ago, against the odds, against everyone saying to you, I don't like that person. I don't like that person. I wouldn't be in that situation. They're married. So it looks like to me, Pisces, that this is payback time. This is positive payback time. And karma is on your side. You're reaping the rewards. I don't have to look at any of these cards. I'm going to look at the Tower just to clarify if that, gets some more detail. And it is. Okay, look at these. Look at this. The way they come out. We've got the male lover looking that way. Then we have the love card. And then we've got the female lover looking that way. They're looking in different directions. And that tells me very clearly that all of those years, all of that period that you had trust in the contract, your soul's contract, and your desire and your knowledge of understanding what that person meant to you, and sticking it out for some insane reason, you gave up a different situation for the void. You risked being alone. And it looks like I have no more throat. I can't talk. It looks like to me that now you really, we've got these beautiful Eight of Wands, gorgeous Eight of Wands in the Strength card. I have to say, did I say Scorpio had the best reading? No, not at all. Unless you are going out with a Scorpio. Because if you have a water sign, and this Ten of Cups does tell me that there is a water sign, maybe a water sign involved here. But if you have a relationship with a water sign, that's why those two signs were very, very beautiful readings. I'm going to take the runes on this, and because they're just so clear and so beautiful. I really believe that Pisces, you are experiencing one of the highest moments of the year. One of the highest moments of the year. And I'm going to announce now, informally, that next week, slowly but surely, I'm going to read for 220. I'll be making individual videos that I will upload on 220 with the Lenormand spread. So that you'll have to be patient because I'll be traveling, but I want to get that done. I like to do that. Okay, look, Pisces. All right, we have this timing again. You have long stretches of time it looks as if you don't worry about time. And even though the Eight of Wands is there and tells me that this 2-week period in December is when those feelings just accumulate all around you. But it's not the do-all and end-all. This is Yara. It beats time. It talks about from now to the future. There is this Ten of Cups. That Ten of Cups is the Yapaleva. This is a person you will be with until you breathe your last breath. There is there is Keynotes, and Keynotes tells me that you had wide, forward-looking vision, and you will continue to do so concerning this person. Lagos, as I mentioned, I think I did say it. No, I didn't. Lagos, Bright Stave talks about smooth sailing from now on with that person, irrespective of how they act, irrespective of how of a nuisance they can be. You've got their number. You know what they're like. You've understood the movements of the universe, and you've understood why certain things occur. And karma, this is Dayeg, this is karmic payback to you, this happily ever after period, because even if you die tomorrow, even if you die January 1st after this 2-week period, you will have reached the epitome of happiness. We've got here Ingvats, which does tell me, again, it's relating the story that all of those little pieces and blocks that have been building one on top of another have been leading to this period of divine joy, is what I'm looking at. And AWATS talks about the universe having your back, because no matter what you do, no matter how stupidly you communicate with them or what kind of quirky thing that you do, nothing rains on your parade, Pisces. Nothing will rain on your parade. I'm so happy to give you this message. I do hope this was of help to you. And do like and share my videos if you appreciate them. And like I said, I will be back for the yearly readings, which will be a Lenormand spread during the week probably. Or not this one, maybe next week probably. And all I have left to say is namaste, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being with me. It was such a 2 hours long. It was fun, wasn't it? Namaste, and until we read together again, bye-bye. Let me see if I know how to shut this off now. Bye-bye.